All right, welcome to Visual Self Coaching. I am your guide, Hector Kuan Yin Pang, and the thought for today is how to overcome what feels like supernatural hindrance. There's some things that I just keep putting off, and they feel so incredibly big. So, some things like starting a business, writing my book, it just feels really, really challenging. So I had the thought. There's this whole hype about, AI is coming, and what is really cool is when they will develop humanoid robots. So then they can do all the tasks that we don't want to do. Well, until then, I had this thought. Well, I have a humanoid robot right here, you know, I have the same articulation as a robot. And if I were to have a robot do all my different chores, how would I tell it what to do and in what order? So that's the idea. Like, what if I was a robot? Task for task, I would have to teach it what to do. But for now, I'm going to take a quick pause. I'm going to slow down and get back present right here. I do these live videos completely for myself as one of the highest leverage self-growth activities I can do. I come from a massive social anxiety background, and even saying that just puts my brain into a bit of a fog, and I don't remember how hard it is until I'm in it. So that's why I'm taking a moment now. And I've lived an entire lifetime of this frustration. What seems like my own mind just collapsing in on itself under the pressure. I stop being able to think. I can't do anything properly. I can't speak properly. And even now, I'm sitting with it. So, before going into the robot metaphor, I have to switch games. There are 5 different games, and I need to play them appropriately, especially when they change on me. If I keep playing the old game and the game has changed, I will start to crash. So when my emotions start building up, I'm shifting into the emotional game, which means I need to stop trying to create an outcome in the outside reality. And focus on what's happening here. This is the emotional game. Before, when I was starting, I was in the symbolic game. I was trying to explain a concept, and I was acting as if this was a podcast and I'm talking to the audience. And my mind just went blank there. That tells me that I've dropped back into the emotional game. I am so free. It doesn't feel super free because I'm still heavily in trigger mode. Right? I still feel this pressure. And a part of me was like, oh, the last 3 days was so good, and now it's, maybe it's coming back again. It's like, that's all part of the emotional story. Hmm. And part of the emotional game is accepting myself exactly as I am. And I do this on behalf of all of humanity. I imagine every single human on the planet is watching right now. And they're seeing me like, oh, I felt that. I felt that. What do I do then? This is what we do. We slow down. We figure out which game we're playing. There's three primary games. These are the dimensional games. There are three primary games. Okay. Number one, productivity game. Productivity game. This is the one that I start to freak out in when I waste too much time. I start beating myself up. And then that actually drops me into the emotional game. Number two, the emotional game. And part of the emotional game is to keep it from spiraling out of control. Absolute acceptance for where I am. No more using emotional violence on myself. Those habits were learned, and now I am letting them go. And I also learned that I was never modeled how to support myself because the people raising me, I received very little encouragement, very little emotional support. And that's not to blame. They just didn't know how. So now I do it. So this is the emotional game. When I start freaking out, and the more I push in the productivity game, the worse I'm going to feel because I feel like I need to be productive, and the game changed. It changed into, can I accept myself? If I felt like I just wasted an hour being stuck on Facebook, can I put my phone down and not attack myself? Can I hold myself and see what emotions was I running away from? What pain was triggered? And that's why I do live videos as well. It increases the pressure, and it triggers all these different pains in me. And these are all past pain. These were all the times in the past where I felt stressed out and no one held me. No one helped me process that stress and the feeling of failure. And they may have even made it worse by criticizing, yelling, verbally, emotionally attacking. And so all these things are now triggered right here, right now. That's why I do live videos. It's to be able to trigger myself into these states and then show everybody what to do, and everybody being me and other versions of me. Maybe somebody's watching, maybe nobody's watching. And now, this is the social game. And you know what? I'm going to put the theater of the now here. This is the now moment. This is all my imaginary audience. All 8 billion of them. These are my imaginary critics, my former critics and bullies. These are all my coaches and helpers, supporters. Yay! I mean, they're all my supporters. These are the specialty coaches that I listen to inside. These are all internal. And who is speaking? I am speaking on behalf of all humanity as one instance of humanity. Me. I am a person. I deserve. Man, I can't even finish that sentence. I don't know. What do I deserve? I am a representative of all of humanity. Like if the aliens came down now and saw my video right now, what do I want to say on behalf of all of humanity? Well, here I am. Over here are my inner quote unquote victims, or the parts of me that has been hurt by former bullies. So I actually call them critic responders. These are critics and bullies, and these are critic responders. They arose because of, like, oh my gosh, I was made fun of. Okay, I will never show that part of me again, right? So these are the responders, and they put up masks and be like, don't see my weaknesses, la 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 la. Hmm. However, here's the thing. Now I realized they were the one who broke the social contract first. These humans. They broke the contract, so I don't need to listen to them unless it's actually, you know, correct social um, etiquette, right? There's a difference. So that's why I listen to these people over here that are my supporters that train me to act properly with dignity. And over here are the critics who just laugh attacks to make themselves feel better, stronger, to cover up their fear. And so this side are my inner students who are striving to get stronger. Okay, so this is the good side, the students, my inner students. Students. And my coaches, teachers. supporters. Let's say inner coach. Inner coaches. So this is what my insides are made out of. All imaginary audience and all imaginary responders or speakers. Like, I can't show that part of me. So that goes into hiding. I got attacked in the past. Now I feel hurt. Victim. I want to do better. And these are the people I want to look up to and follow. However, I may also feel inadequate because of that, or I may feel inadequate because I was attacked. They may feel similar. Okay, so this is Shadow Puppet Improv Theater. Shadow Puppet Improv Theater. Be a tour. All happening in the theater of the now. Theater of the now. Why the theater of the now? Theater of the now means that is the reminder that this one singular moment is all the moments that will ever exist right here, right now. As I say these words, I declare it so, and I declare my remembrance of that truth. And in this one moment, there is absolutely nothing wrong. It's a way to rest. It's a way to remember. There's nothing wrong with striving for something even better. And even that is perfect. Every part of me is welcomed here in the theater of the now. Every part of me is welcomed in front of 8 billion people. Every possible person who could be watching me right now. I imagine them all cheering me on. Because I am them. I am a representative of all of humanity. And I am but one instance of humanity. Fragile. I feel lonely at times. I'm doing my best and things are hard. And that's all okay. And I let go of self-criticism, self-attack, and I increase celebration. I increase emotional self-support, cheering, incentivizing, inviting myself into my higher future gently, effortlessly. And I turn on live video to activate all of this. That is why live video is one of the highest leverage activity I can do, even though I don't always know what I'm going to say. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because when I turn on live video, a part of my social brain turns on. And I get to be with that part of me that has been scared of people, my inner child. And I want to give that part of me so much love. Even the part that gets embarrassed by the word love. I'm embarrassed by, see, words tripping up. That's okay. Tripping up on my words is one of the things humans do. Yay! And I imagine all 8 billion people cheering those mixed up words. Because you never hear mixed up words anymore. Algorithms don't deliver those videos. Everything's perfect. Every word from an AI is so clean and perfect, and it's all the right things and all the right words. And I mean, being human, making mistakes, like, ooh, now that's that's the value now. Whew. Okay. Okay. Whew. So, oh, there's 3 games. The third game is the enjoyment game. Those really good movies I want to watch. There's a new season of Sandman coming out. Yeah, things are whew, finding games to play, people to hang out with. So we want to do the productivity game before the enjoyment game. And then if I start panicking, freaking out is because I've dropped into the emotional game. And those are the 3 games. Okay? And it matches those 3 steps perfectly. Here's the 3 steps to success. 3 steps to really just 1 step. 1, know what to do and do it. That's it. That's the productivity game. If I'm not doing that because I've dropped into the emotional C, well, let's decrease emotional blocks. What's stopping me? That's why I called it supernatural hindrance. It's like it feels so big. I know logically it couldn't possibly be that big. There's nothing that big. Mostly things we just either type on the computer, we pressing keys, trying to shape words. That's hard, sure. Otherwise, we're moving physical things around and trying to figure out how to organize things. That's hard too, right? So it's I imagine that when I hit those emotions, when was the first time I ever felt overwhelmed? As a kid and as a baby, as a child, I just didn't understand what it was. And it felt so big and so scary. It's like, I can't do it. There's monsters, you know? So it feels like supernatural hindrance. Like, like there's monsters underneath the bed. I couldn't possibly create a business. Like I can't write. That's not true. I write all the time. I just I am measuring myself, okay, to perfection. It's perfectionism. There we go. Right. So here's part of the emotional game. If I've fallen into the emotional game, ah, one of the tools I created is called terribleism. I don't take actions because I'm afraid of doing bad. Like, I can write, I just can't always write well compared to people who have written their entire lifetime. They love writing from the very beginning until now. So I'm comparing myself to somebody who's a professional. That's absurd. Of course I can write. Oh, I just need to start writing badly. So terribleism says there's only so much terrible available in our life. Once we use it all up, it's gone. We can't even be bad if we wanted to. So the way to get good is to use up the terrible as fast as possible. Okay? So that's one way. Just go in there and do really bad writing. I'm telling myself this right now to get over this supernatural hindrance. The second thing is emotional strength training. Oh, this is to get over the fear. To feel the fear, hold it, and keep walking. And once I'm actually doing that, focus on skill. So this is skill, increase my skill, increase my emotional. So do emotional strength training. Training. See, it used to look like a wall. Like, I can't do it. Supernatural. It's so scary. Okay, take the first step. Do it badly. It's gonna be really bad. Terrible. I'm afraid of all these critics. Okay. Oh, look. The critics were back here. Why am I so afraid? Because I was attacked in the past by these people who said, look, you did so bad. Ah. Like, those are the critics. Those are the college professors. Those are the grades. Grades? Seriously? You know, I get that's one way to improve, but it's didn't work for me. Punishment. It just doesn't work. It's just freaking terrible. Still really mad about it. But my anger is now pointed this way. Be like, no. No more. No more emotional attack. No more abuse. No more. Ever. I don't accept that. I do not tolerate that. No. I don't even do it to myself. No attacks. Then I've learned that I simply also have never really been modeled how to support myself. I notice how good I feel when I celebrate myself. When I celebrate a good day, like, look at all the things I did. It's like, yeah. So who's celebrating whom? Me. I'm celebrating myself. Again, this is all the emotional game right here. When I feel like I'm off and I spent hours wasting time, it's because I should be down here instead of trying to play the productivity game. And when I'm down here, I start deconstructing why I feel the way I feel. And this is attack energy. This is support energy. This is fear of doing something really hard. So then use terriblism to just get started. Yes, it's going to be bad and it's going to get less bad over time. And we start small step at a time. We just got to jump over the first hurdle. Okay. Unable to connect. Let's try that again. Oh, it completely crashed. Let's start that over again. Let's start that over again. Let's start that over. Start it over. You're not able to connect. Let's quit. Quit. Restart. Reflector 4. Let's start that over again. Let's start that over again. Let's start that over and over and over again. Da, 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 da. Also, a live video is a reminder that this life is for me. Everything here, this moment, is for me. I'm not broadcasting it for anyone else. I am, but I'm not. And I get to take the spotlight, especially here. There's no one else who's going to cut in. Right? This is practice, especially when you're like me, the youngest. I've never felt permission to just be myself, to take the stage and let it be all about me. And that's okay. And feel all that critical voice like, oh, who do you think you are? So full of yourself. Oh, you're think oh, hello violence. Hello bullies. You were the first wrong. You broke the social contract to begin with. You were wrong first, and I picked it up. So I'm not following that anymore. It's okay to focus on myself. It's okay to make myself front and center of my own life. It's so weird to say that and have it sound weird. Oh, because it's a social, yeah. It's a simulated social critic. Like, oh, because I've heard all these things before, haven't we? All of us, right? Oh, don't be full of yourself. Like, I can't even say it anymore. Okay. Speed. Slow down the speed. And that is the one breath meditation. Breath, speed, posture, and let go of emotional effort into effortless action. Okay. So, back to the emotional game. These are all my negative internal attacks. No, thank you. I won't be attacking myself anymore. I'm not going to be yelling at myself, being like, why did you waste so much time? Why are you so terrible? Why am I stumbling? Because I'm stumbling. Why do I feel anxious? Because I feel anxious. It's okay. I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to explain myself to anyone. I will explain it, but I'm not explaining it to anyone. I'll tell people that's where I am. They can take it or leave it. I really don't care. And I support myself, and I celebrate myself every step of the way. And then now I go and do the thing. Okay, that's part of the emotional game. And I can activate the theater of the now using live video. That's part of how I train. And it activates everything. You know, it activates my social brain, my symbolic brain with the drawing here, emotional brain, because it's like, you know. Only part that I don't play is the physical. I'm not building any physical things right now. I mean, I could take the camera and do something, but not right now. So that's why live video is so productive, because it's doing 4 games simultaneously. All right, so I have found out which game I'm playing. It's either productivity game, emotional game, or enjoyment game. My brain just asked me, can I enjoy this moment right now? Okay, challenge accepted. Can I enjoy this challenge right now? What if it's so much fun? I have to release. What if I can have so much fun right now? I used to just passively accept my emotions because I'd never really had a good model for support. Now I understand my self-attack. Now I'm looking for play. How can I play? Ooh, okay. So I'm playing the game right now. This is the game, right? I'm playing the game using this iPad to understand what's happening. This is the game. 3 steps. Third step is increase emotional fuel. Oh, perfect timing. How can I make this fun? Including the fear. How can I make the fear just like excitement? Because it doesn't stop me anymore. Because it used to be the critic that drove me into the ground. But now I'm playing the game full out. Okay. What else? This is my visual time. This is how I visualize time now, and this is really new. I created this 3 days ago. 12, 6, 3, 9. And now I can see the entire 12 plus 4 hours I have every single day. So if I wake up at 8, I have 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour until noon, and then I have noon until midnight. That's 16 hours of wake time. 16 hours of wake time where I get to put this value into the right places in my life. And what are those? Health, wealth, relationships. Health, wealth, relationships. 1, 2, 3. Rest, fuel, clean, dress, exercise, stretch, and balance. Oh, I've been working on what constitute wealth, and I may do a little bit of that here, but I'm 40 minutes in. Okay. Mental, emotional, physical, doctor's appointment, training, and enjoyment. Okay. Fully embodied spirituality. Should we do the spell? What is higher than doing the spell? Not much. Okay, here's the spell. What if one day? So, okay, so the idea is to live a life. Whew, I hit a blank right now. Emotional game. Enter emotional game. Enter acceptance. I'm getting ahead of it. Anytime I hit emotional game, instead of pushing forward with explanation, I switch into emotional game. I switch into acceptance. I shift into love. I let go of emotional self-attack, criticism. I hold myself. I am a representative of all humanity and all our challenges. And it's gonna be okay. Okay, back to here. What if every moment I lived was a fully embodied spirituality? What if one day I realized, wait, every word I have ever spoken was already poetry. Every move that I made was already dance. Every noise that I made was already song. And I chained that realization moment by moment till the end of my days. How good would my life be then? So I actually got to embody it. To remember every moment is dance. Every word is poetry. Every sound is already song. Every act is a game. Every movement, every story. I'm in a story right now. A story of a human trying to figure things out. And using the symbolic plane to do so. Using visual language. This is what I call visual language. Okay. Wealth, physical space, physical space, physical things, money, um, access, like accounts, memberships, and knowledge. Knowledge. Put knowledge maybe here. Knowledge. Sources of income, jobs, savings, investments, And whew, I'm getting tired. Do 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 do. Bum ba la ba 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 bum ra ba 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 bum 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 ba dum bum bum bum. Hey up a lucky a saka laka to kapaki yaka laka waka waki iya a u iya 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 ooh. Come on. Scramble, ramble, lamble, hamble, zikaku papi papu papi. All right, there is no rules to this game. There are nobody telling me I have to speak in words. There's nobody really watching except for all 8 billion people. So, and this is a reminder for all of them that there is no rules in this moment at all. As long as I'm not causing harm, I can beep bop bop boop bop 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 beep bop boop bop. I have song, I have sound. I can accept the constriction I'm feeling right now. And this constriction I'm feeling right now must be past trauma, must be being yelled at or laughed at or screamed at in the past. And like, so hello, past trauma. Welcome. Thank you for coming to the present. We love you. See, 3 games: emotional game, productivity game, or enjoyment game. And I was reminded to see if I could bring this moment into the enjoyment game and make them all into one game. And then there's the 5 games over here. There's the 3 games here. Within the emotional game is this. And then the productivity game is this. And Maslow's hierarchy of needs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Health, wealth, relationships, and life purpose. Fun, art, science, self-actualization, collective actualization. Boom. Okay. We're trying to get above this line, which is the deficit needs line. So health, wealth, relationships. This is me in the moment. These are my family members that have history that affect me on a visceral level. And these are other people I have met that are different, new. They don't have a history with me. This is my community. I've had a hard time feeling my community, but that's okay. I know they exist. This is my life purpose. To become financial bodhisattva and align to my life purpose. The highest social game is Shadow. Slow down. This moment is a game. There's no one here. There are no rules. I'm putting these rules on myself. This moment is absolutely perfect, including all my hesitations and my feelings and my emotions. Okay, I added collective vision at the very center. And so we're all one, it's all me, We're all family, and we're all Buddhas already. But just because I think that way doesn't mean everyone else will, so I need to remember basic self-defense and community self-defense, as well as boundaries, which is our yeses and nos, and yeses are skill. We need to have the skill for asking for inviting people into what we want. And then all judgment is self-judgment. Okay. So this is the time I have to spend, 16 hours, 8 of them being sleep. So that's rest. And then I maintain my health, wealth, and relationships. Which gets me to here. And I'm already aligned to my life purpose, so that gets me here. Right now, what I'm missing is wealth. That's it. That's all I'm missing. It's actually really nice. And wealth, including wealth 1, which is physical space. So cleaning my room, the garage, physical things. Which things should I keep? Which things should I let go of? Money, debt, student loans. Then, this was the thing I was just figuring out, is access wealth. So like a membership, insurance. Well, insurance I think I would put under financial insurance. But like a Costco membership or access. Even Google accounts, different accounts. These are wealth. And some of these hold knowledge. And systems. Anyways, biological, analog, and digital. So this is all first order wealth. Access includes like net subscriptions. All right, let's see if I can condense this. Physical, money, and symbolic. But not just symbolic. Temporary access could be membership, or space, access to the space and the things. Physical, non-physical. I guess rent would be space that would be access with money. So physical, non-physical, and the thing that crosses the two is money. Pays for everything. Okay. So that's wealth 1. All my physical wealth, all my non-physical wealth, knowledge that are held in biological, analog, or digital, Analog could be my papers, my books. Digital would be everything stored everywhere else, cloud. And then okay. And then, well, 2 would be income, etc. All right, I'm feeling a surge of something or other. Pause. This is the emotional game now. I'm not trying to explain anything. I'm just here. I'm existing in this moment in my life. I'm not doing a live video. There just happens to be a live video on. I'm playing the game. I'm doing emotional strength training. I am thinking out loud using visual language. The 4 primary emotions: desire, fear, anger, hurt. So this stops me from even trying. Once I start doing it, it is overwhelmed. And then it drops into hurt, emotional pain, and past trauma. And that's what drops me into the emotional game. So every one of my limitations is a past trauma that is resurfacing right now. And my lack of skill to play. I didn't have a whole lot of play. So, past trauma to play, to learning how to play. Okay, I want to take this out over here. Past trauma to play, learn, play again. Right? So this is 3, increase emotional fuel. 2, decrease emotional blocks. All in all, 1, know what to do and do it. That's how we can spiral back out. All right. That's the time I got. Until next time, I love you all. Happy visual self-coaching. There you go.